Deep within North America's dense forests lurk creatures that have captured human imagination and sparked countless tales of terror and wonder. From the haunting howls of the Dogman to the towering silhouette of Bigfoot and the chilling presence of the Wendigo, these beings have become deeply embedded in folklore, witness accounts, and native traditions. While skeptics dismiss these creatures as mere myths, numerous eyewitnesses continue to report encounters that challenge our understanding of what exists in the wilderness. The Dogman, primarily reported in Michigan and Wisconsin, stands 7 to 8 feet tall with a canine head atop a muscular humanoid body. Witnesses describe it as having thick, dark fur, ranging from deep black to dark brown, with some reports mentioning silver-tipped guard hairs. Its eyes, perhaps its most unnerving feature, glow an eerie amber or yellow in darkness and are said to possess an unsettling intelligence. The creature's hands end in retractable razor-sharp claws, and its feet resemble those of a large wolf, leaving distinctive tracks that puzzle researchers and trackers alike. Its facial features combine wolf-like attributes with almost human-like expressions, including a pronounced muzzle filled with sharp teeth capable of significant bite force. Witnesses often note its ability to stand and walk both as a quadruped and biped, seamlessly transitioning between the two stances. Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch, is described as a massive, ape-like being, standing between 8 and 10 feet tall, covered in reddish-brown or black fur. The creature's fur is reported to be thicker and longer around the shoulders and head, creating a distinctive silhouette. Its most distinctive features include a pronounced brow ridge, flat nose, and remarkably human-like feet that can measure up to 24 inches in length. The creature's shoulders are exceptionally broad, with long, powerful arms that hang lower than a human's, often reaching near the knees. Its head sits directly on the shoulders with little visible neck, creating a distinctive pointed head appearance. Despite its intimidating size, the creature is reported to have a surprisingly graceful gait and the ability to move silently through dense undergrowth. Witnesses frequently note a distinct, pungent odor accompanying Bigfoot, described as a combination of wet dog, decay, and musk. The Wendigo, rooted in Algonquian-speaking people's traditions, is perhaps the most terrifying of the three. Descriptions typically feature an emaciated skeletal figure standing up to 15 feet tall, with ashen, stretched skin pulled tight over visible bones. Its massive antlers, usually described as resembling those of a mature elk but twisted and decay-blackened, crown a skull-like head with sunken, glowing eyes that seem to flicker like dying embers. The creature's most horrifying feature is its perpetually gaunt appearance, reflecting its insatiable hunger for human flesh. Its arms and legs are described as unnaturally long and thin, with joints that bend in impossible ways. The creature's fingers end in long, blackened talons, and its ribcage is often described as visible through its tight, grayish skin. Some accounts mention a layer of ice crystals forming on its body, with frost spreading on nearby surfaces as it approaches. Dogman behavior patterns reveal a complex and territorial predator. These creatures are known to establish and defend specific territories, often marking their boundaries through deep claw marks on trees and distinctive howls that blend wolf-like qualities with almost human-like vocalizations. They demonstrate remarkable intelligence in their hunting and stalking behaviors, often using sophisticated ambush tactics and showing the ability to predict and intercept prey's escape routes. Witnesses report these beings watching from tree lines, following hikers for miles, and occasionally approaching cabins or vehicles with apparent curiosity. During encounters, dogmen frequently display intimidation behaviors, including standing upright to show their full height, baring teeth, and emitting low, threatening growls. However, they rarely make physical contact, suggesting they may be more interested in establishing dominance than causing harm. Bigfoot behavioral patterns indicate a highly intelligent, social species that actively avoids human contact while maintaining complex family groups. These beings communicate through a variety of vocalizations, including the famous wood knocks, whoops, and extended howls that can carry for miles through forest terrain. They demonstrate tool use in the form of stripped branches used as probing instruments and carefully constructed stick structures that appear to serve as territorial markers or shelter frameworks. Bigfoot groups often follow seasonal migration patterns, tracking food sources such as berry patches, fish runs, and game animals. Their social structure appears to include caring for injured members and coordinated group movements. When encountering humans, they typically employ avoidance strategies, including hiding behind trees, creating diversionary noises, or using their remarkable ability to remain motionless for extended periods. The Wendigo's behavior patterns are predominantly predatory and supernatural in nature. Unlike the other creatures, Wendigos are said to be transformed humans, cursed by greed and cannibalism, resulting in an eternal hunger that can never be satisfied. They are known to be most active during winter months and periods of famine, when their hunting becomes more aggressive. These beings possess sophisticated mimicry abilities, capable of imitating human voices, animal calls, and even the sounds of children in distress to lure prey. They demonstrate a cruel intelligence in their hunting methods, often isolating potential victims through psychological warfare before striking. Wendigos are reported to toy with their prey, creating feelings of confusion and despair through various supernatural means, including causing disorientation, creating false trails, and inducing hallucinations. Their presence is often accompanied by sudden temperature drops, unexplained storms, and feelings of overwhelming dread in potential prey. Interactions between these creatures themselves are rarely documented, but some accounts suggest a complex relationship. Native American traditions speak of Bigfoot and Dogman avoiding each other's territories, while both are said to fear and flee from the presence of the Wendigo. Some witnesses report hearing simultaneous vocalizations from different creatures, suggesting possible territorial disputes or communication. For those venturing into areas where these creatures are reported, several safety measures are recommended. Always travel in groups and maintain awareness of your surroundings, particularly during dawn and dusk when activity is reportedly highest. Carry multiple light sources and make regular noise to avoid surprising any creatures. For those venturing into areas where these creatures are reported, comprehensive safety measures are essential. Always travel in groups of 3 or more, as strength in numbers has historically proven effective against all 3 creatures. Maintain constant awareness of your surroundings, particularly during dawn and dusk when activity is reportedly highest. Ensure that children understand basic wilderness safety protocols, such as staying close to the group and responding to calls immediately. Establish a solid communication plan before entering any remote area. Carry multiple communication devices, including satellite phones if possible, as these creatures are often reported in areas with poor cellular coverage. Maintain regular check-ins with someone outside your group who knows your exact location and planned route. Carry multiple light sources, including high-powered flashlights and headlamps with extra batteries, as all 3 creatures are reported to be more active in low-light conditions. Make your presence known through regular noise, such as talking, singing, or carrying bells, to avoid surprising any creatures. However, if you hear unusual sounds, especially human-like calls, particularly relevant to Wendigo encounters, do not respond or investigate. Traditional protective measures include carrying sacred herbs like sage, tobacco, or sweetgrass, which indigenous traditions suggest may ward off these beings, particularly the Wendigo. Some believers also recommend carrying silver objects, which are said to repel Dogman. Create a defensive campsite when staying overnight in the woods. Set up multiple light sources around your camping area and maintain a fire throughout the night if possible. Position tents in a circle rather than a line, with entrances facing inward. Store food in bear-resistant containers and hang them away from your campsite, as these creatures may be attracted to food odors. Consider setting up noisemakers or bells around your perimeter to alert you to any approaching entities. If you encounter any of these creatures, remain calm and avoid making sudden movements. Never run, as this may trigger predatory instincts, particularly in Dogman and Wendigo encounters. Back away slowly while maintaining visual contact, but avoid direct eye contact, which may be perceived as a challenge. Keep your group together, and make yourself appear larger by raising your arms and standing close to one another. Using bright lights, particularly strobe effects, may deter these creatures, according to some witness accounts. Carry appropriate defensive tools that are legal in your area. Bear spray is recommended as a non-lethal deterrent that may be effective against all 3 creatures. A sturdy walking stick can serve both as a hiking aid and a defensive tool if necessary. However, the most important tool is situational awareness. Pay attention to sudden wildlife silence, strong unexplained odors, or unusual atmospheric changes, which often precede encounters. The existence of these mysterious beings remains a subject of intense debate within both scientific and cryptozoological communities. While physical evidence remains elusive, the consistency of witness accounts across different regions and cultures suggests there may be more to these stories than mere folklore. Whether these creatures are real, misidentified wildlife, or products of human imagination, their impact on our cultural consciousness and our relationship with the wilderness is undeniable.